Bezos and his wife are getting a divorce. They do not have a prenup. Jeff Bezos is worth $128 billion.
Holy
That's
shit.
128 billion with a B.
You think she's going to take it, though?
Let them fund the wall.
I was just
exactly. Exactly. He can do his couch cushions and pull up the $5 billion. But
you think she's going to take it, though?
A lot of that's net worth, though. It's not like it's his, his shares in Amazon and stuff. It's not like he has liquidatable assets that are.
You think she's going to take it, though?
I think she's going to take a good chunk
see
of
the reason
it.
why she
even
wouldn't,
even if she took 10%, that is still $12 billion, $12.8 billion.
Well, that's okay.
That's only 10%.
That's fine.
That's only 10%. Could you imagine? I take 10% and be like, look, cut me a check and I will walk away. I mean, especially since they've been together for forever, and they built
this
Amazon all by themselves, and it's 128. Amazon is worth $700 billion, and he's worth 128.
I can't
billion.
even fathom that kind of money, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
I'd die.
I would blow him for that money.
You'd blow him for a third.
I would
of
blow them for an eighth of that money.
Yeah, you'd blow him for an eighth. Period.
I was just gonna say.
True that. Definitely would. No, I would. You wouldn't blow him for that money?
For that kind of money?
Yeah.
I consider it.
You'd take a facial for that money.
I don't know. That is a lot of money. If we just close our eyes and pretend
I
it's
would
shit.
drink it in a cup. I would drink it in a cup every day.
Have you ever seen Indecent Proposal?
always-
You would feel horrible about it.
What?
Indecent
I
Proposal?
have
What-
always maintained that there is a price for gayness. Everyone has their price to do a gay act. Everyone. And, 10% of 128 billion. I mean, I'm gay anyway, so I mean,
I mean, really, it's like separation of church and state.
What's it under, Paul? What?
What?
I'm just like, for the album title, just put in The Silence of the Years. And
What do you believe versus?
you'll see my picture up there with the
What do you
album.
need to do?
And it's still track 4 on that as well.
so then what's your price, Mike?
For that amount of money, I'd do that. Yeah, fuck it.
So, yeah.
What is 10% of that again?
12 billion.
$12.8 billion.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, how could I even begin to expend that kind of money? That's
Babe, would you? Would you cheat for that kind of money?
Would I cheat? No, I'd just tell you. You'd be like,
Pete
okay.
would say, "Go." Fucking
actually, I don't know if Pete could handle it even for that much money. I think he'd blow the guy before he'd let Ricky blow him.
Yeah, I'm not letting you take that money.
He'd be like, "Don't worry, I'll take the bullet. I'll take the bullet."
I'll finger his ass. For that
One for the teeth. I'll scratch his hemorrhoids.
I'll drink the blood out of his hemorrhoids. For
Oh,
That's a very specific type of vampire.
And the show has reached a new low.
that is, and this is my first time, and I gotta say, you're right.
Paul Barrett out of Hamden. What's the name of the song you want to play?
In This Time, it's number 4, I believe, on that.
You can buy the album on Bandcamp for $7.
I bought it. It's
Really quickly, Peter, you would play that wrong then, because what you do is you allow Ricky to fuck him. She takes home the $12.8 billion, and as soon as the cash checks, you file for divorce and ask for half of that. That's how you played that motherfucker.
No, I would stay with her because I would go to the casino every day on that money.
Play the man's music.
You're gonna have such a problem with it. Why not?
No, see, because
hemorrhoids, Trump music.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Because Ricky doesn't get vocal with me, so I know it would be just her laying there. So it wouldn't be very passionate.
Thanks, babe.
not-
I
I'm
just
just
lay
saying,
there.
that's not TMI.
I just lay there.
Ricky, that's not TMI.
With him, you would be just laying there like, oh,
Well,
come on, let's
pretty
get
much
this over.
saying that's what I do.
No,
It's
not
just
with
lay
me.
there.
I'm
What about, wait. So
You're
was
not
Pete
very
on top
vocal.
when you
I
guys
don't
broke
think
your
you're
bed?
Vocal, but-
You're not vocal with me, so why would you be with somebody else?
Well, you'd have to get more into
Should
foreplay.
move it up to get that 12 million.
From my luck, though, she'd be like, oh, you know what, baby was the best dick I've ever had.
That dick was worth
Here's
12
my
million.
half.
12 million.
Here's my half of his money. I'm going to live with him.
for
Oh my God.
$12.9 billion, you can bet your ass the neighbors would hear me.
Listen.
Down the
For $12.9 billion, he could blow a load in her.
What is he
and I
watching
would suck it
Tarzan
out.
movies next door?
I
You know,
would suck
just-
it out.
Just when I think I can't hear anything else from you, you do shit like that.
I would clean her. I would clean her dress.
Put the song on.
Goddamn right. Milkshake.
Please open your eyes. I've forgotten. I'll stay here for a while. Intertwined. On your face I trace the lights of years before me. And years I left behind. In this time, don't drift away. Don't you dare. I know you're tired. Just give me one more day. Ooh, I'm clinging to the younger days, counting constellations in the summer sky. Don't let go of these mortal coils. Stay with me. Stay with me. At last you've closed your eyes, not forgotten. I'll lay with you for a while, intertwined. On my face I see the lines, the years ignore me. And I know I can't survive in this time. Don't drift away. Don't you dare. I know you're tired. Just give me one more day.
I gotta tell you what, not bad. I thought it was gonna suck.
And I thought it was going to be terrible.
I like that. That's a fucking like. All right, take it easy. Jesus Christ.
Only one per
I
customer.
appreciate you playing it. I just-
No, I'm going with a Tool type fucking background there now.
Well, actually, vocally reminded me that the theme song from Charmed. Now I can't remember the name. How
Yeah,
Soon
but
Is Now.
You would
My
think
Love
he would
Spirit.
be more folky, poppy.
Well, he
Is
said.
it the shirt?
Yeah, I think so.
You got like a Tool sound there going on.
It's an odd time signature. Like it's in 4/4, but some of the parts of the drums are playing in 5/4. Because
Who's playing the guitar?
me, I do everything on the.
Yeah, I was gonna
outside.
ask you, was that just you playing
Yeah,
all the
that's-
parts? That's cool.
Not at the same time.
No, well, yeah.
You don't.
that would
We
be
don't want to
something,
know what he
right?
was playing.
So what
the
happens
drum
when you
with.
play out?
I don't play out. Like I said, I'm more of a writer. If I had a full band, I would
You've been in bands, so I mean, you've gone.
Oh, I was in plenty of bands.
That's some really good shit. I was like, this dude's gonna suck.
You
I
really-
bring the best talent for you.
But no, that's what we put that mentality like these guys are gonna suck.
Right, of course.
And then we get like it's expect the worst and then right, boo, right?
Yeah.
Expect the worst and be happy with the best.
Well, the CD is yours. Listen to it. Tell me what you think.
Thank you, man. Yeah. We throw it in our rotation there.
I'd be more than honored. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, we have a new feature now on our app. So download our app, all you artists
I have to read down
from around the world. Download our app. There's a new There's a new feature on the app where you could submit your music, upload it to the app, and then it goes into our rotation.
Okay, cool.
So it auto feeds into our rotation. So
Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with this.
so you upload your music and it becomes podcasted, and then it auto feeds into our rotation. So if you get enough people that will like so if you're on the app and you like it while the song is playing, it'll every time the song comes into the rotation, it'll send you a text
That's a great.
saying that your artist is on. Right, our app is pretty cool. So if you like a song that you're listening to, you hit the like button. It'll text you when that song comes back on.
This is on your website, whatever.
That's
link
on our
it is.
app and our 24/7.
Okay, I can get the app.
Yeah, so our library has 15,000 songs. So a song does not get repeated for almost 5 days.
I don't know. I don't know how that
I think it's 4 to 5 days.
It's not a bad
But
thing.
our genre is very fucking like you can hear Patti LaBelle,
Mhm.
and then the song after that will be Megadeth, and then the song after that will be Mama Used to Say.
Yeah, but that's okay. I
It's
mean,
a very
yeah.
big, we call it
Variety.
Ultimix.
Yeah.
Remember Ultimix, right?
all I do.
We
X
call it the
X
Ultimix music format. So we're like Dane and I were driving in and went from Chili Peppers to I think Patti LaBelle or something.
Yeah.
That's a bit eclectic.
You know what it is? Because people like us, our age, that's
Yeah.
1 minute we want to hear disco, 1 minute we want to
Yeah.
hear fucking.
That's the truth. I
I
love
switch it up.
Rush as a role, like old Genesis,
Yeah.
but I also like Barry Manilow.
That's
Yeah,
what our
yeah,
station
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to. Our station will go from Peter Gabriel to fucking Culture Club.
My wife
Yeah.
is cringing right now.
Yeah.
You're munching fucking
Have
Barry
it-
Manilow.
Take a listen to the
we
station.
play Barry
dude.
Manilow.
We
I
do play
love
Barry
Barry
Manilow.
Manilow. I've
Love
seen him
Barry.
twice in
I
concert.
saw
Love
him.
Barry.
Our station,
Great show.
our app is free. Nobody has
Nice the
data
songs.
charges anymore, so you can play it through your Bluetooth, and actually you can now play it through your Chromecast.
Awesome. I'm sure my wife's already on it. She just texted, "We must find this app."
It's PPRN Radio.
PPRN radio.
Yeah, so when you
Yeah.
go to the Google store, do PPRN/radio, and it's the only PPRN.
So
thank
you
God.
have no filtering process for what gets uploaded.
We do listen. We put the
I know how
all.
to delete stuff.
We
Okay,
put.
so if I like just upload like porn soundtracks,
Oh no, it's got to be a lengthy. We have to approve
I'll just
it too.
I'll just put up the climax, upload the climax.
You mean like the penis has to
So
be lengthy
Mike
and the
just
porno
totally
that he-
deliberately just fucking fucked up that feature. We have to turn it off. But no, if you like having a nice break from like, and we don't play commercials because we don't have any sponsors.
Good.
So we have
I'm not about the sponsors, but
no, I know. We're self-funded too, by the way. We would love sponsors, but you know.
of course.
And if you download the app after you listen for a bit, can you rate it for us?
Yeah, Ricky's big on the ratings because I guess when you search radio
makes a
stations,
difference,
it pops
Yeah,
up.
it makes a big difference.
But yeah, you
Okay,
can
I'm
you
interested.
can listen to our. It's just like Sirius. You can listen to us from Connecticut to California, and it doesn't really take up much data. I think it's only in kilobits, so it's not a big data eater.
This evening.
And you can also listen to the podcasts on there
Yeah.
too, the on-demand stuff. So you can hear the show that you're on tonight, tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So and our YouTube channel, please go on there.
Technology, I don't
But-
understand it.
All for
I just
Yeah,
don't
right.
get it.
in honor of Chris being here. Love having you here, man. But
Thank you.
listen to our Saturday, man. I'm all you old heads like me and Chris. When I say mixtape, it's not fucking
Hip hop.
Bow
demo.
Wow. Bow Wow fucking for 10 hours. It is mixtape with an actual DJ that counts beats per fucking minute.
Yeah.
That-
You're gonna hear two songs that blend together, like if you know what you're doing seamlessly, and it's gonna just sound really nice. It's a mixtape is what we originally used to call them back in the 80s. You would make them, they'd go out, you know, off record, you sell them if you want to sell them, but and nowadays people think of them like Pete was saying is, you know, hip hop, a rapper coming up. Oh, this is my mixtape.
Yeah.
What he's talking about on Saturdays, totally different thing.
If you're a white person and you're a really good DJ, you'll think the song has lasted for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Remember we used to say that?
Dude, you can mix Lizette Melendez, Karina, Cover Girls, and whatever else, you know, back and forth. Johnny O, you know, Stevie B, all those guys, and it'll seamless. It's just seamless. It's just
You know what?
what we did.
We went past the fucking 9:30 break. And Boo has to leave at 10. So why don't we do what we learned now? Because Chris has to leave and Boo's gonna be gone soon. So let's do Boo first. Because he never does what we learned.
Gosh, what did I learn? I learned that everyone in this room.
Tan lines,
learned that-
ooh, tan lines.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get to that. I'm saving that for the last. Save the best for last. I learned that everyone has their price for gay sex, and it's 12 points.
Guilty.
I
I would still do it for 1,000, Boo. Don't worry.
I learned that that Chris has 10 lines and that he's unashamed to admit it, and that
Not ashamed at all, my friend.
I don't know. It gave me a chubby. How about that?
That's a first. I appreciate it.
A first that you know of.
That I know.
Yeah, you were a DJ
Um,
for how long?
Yeah, I was gonna say you were a DJ for a long time. There's probably plenty of boys out there.
Nice.
And I learned that musicians can bring in music that actually does not suck, which is a rarity for our show.
You know,
It just is.
given that
did you
you've seen Dane and us on the show several
just gonna
times,
say,
I
yeah,
wanna say
we-
that was like
I'm reading the thread now. Did you say they turned the Amistad into a roller skating rink?
it made sense at the time I sent it.
All right. Well, we don't read the thread.
And,
I sent it for Boo. There's
Go
a
ahead,
whole
Boo.
thing about
We
the
used to have a
Amistad.
guy on the show that said that the Amistad, you can book the Amistad for what events?
for cruises.
yes, for cruises and events. Anyway,
Good.
I do have to go. Thank you guys. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that we're back. It was a long break, and I'm glad that we're back doing what we do. And I'm glad that we have so many new things to offer our listeners, and hopefully that will cause our listenership to continue to grow. And big things for PPR, and also. Please do not forget to go to travelingtarot.com to book me for psychic readings.
Psychic readings,
because
Nice.
that is what I do. So travelingtarot.com. I love you guys and stay black.
Stay black.
All right, Boo.
All right, good night.
We'll talk to you.
All right, so
Pete, another what we've learned.
no, it's your turn now.
No. I
Oh.
just want to. This is just
Okay.
an observation. You are a DJ.
Uh-huh.
You used to scratch records.
Yeah.
Now you scratch emeralds.
Very true.
Ricky.
All right, so I'm gonna grab a beer and then we're gonna start with you. So you can do that. What did you learn?
I learned a little bit about internet radio that I never knew before. Pretty much everything. I knew I learned that there's a lot of local talent that doesn't get recognized often, which
Amen.
with you, Paulie, and whoever else may be in the mix. And I think this is a good venue for
You hearing this, guys?
to get out there
Thank
and
you.
put it out. And I honest to God, this is something that he's been asking me to come down. I haven't gotten around to it. I said I promised him, and I promised myself I was going to make it here tonight, and I did. And when he said bring a friend, Paul's the first guy I thought of, and I think you guys are all great. I think it's something we need to keep doing, keep promoting. And I think what you said about doing a thing outside and streaming it, just let's go, man.
We can YouTube that bitch
Let's
too
go,
now.
bro. Let's do it.
We have the capabilities. Let's do a fucking old school night. I'm telling you.
We'll put Manny back on the roof.
Yeah, right. Remember for fucking 72 hours.
Hey, you could probably just get hired to do it in an old folks' home.
I got laid that weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was sitting out there with what was I, 17, 16?
You were young.
And then we were just sitting out. My brother DJ'd for 72 hours straight.
You know the
Wow.
plaza, Mount View Plaza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know
that's where Power Station was
Power
born.
Station used to be there, and they had a store called Music Plus.
Music Plus.
And Manny did a marathon for
Labor
something.
Day.
Yeah.
72 hours.
He stood on the roof and DJ'd.
Well, he had help.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure he did.
He had help.
we won't go there. But yeah, no, he did, and it was quite the show.
I don't even know. He might have partied, but still, to stay up for 72
Dude,
hours. Is
wasn't
crazy.
that when Toga Bees was around?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. He did stay on the roof for even if you're high or not high, whatever, to stand on a roof for 72 hours, not 24 or
No.
48. He did the whole Labor Day weekend. He started
Got-
Thursday night
Yeah.
and then did Monday night.
I got out of the club. I finished DJing, and that's when the clubs on the weekend were open till 3. I drove up to the plaza, and I lived in Waterbury at the time. I drove up to the plaza, and it was like a party.
Yeah.
Middle of the night.
Because it's a good thing it didn't rain.
I think it did.
I don't know, it must have one of the days.
Because it rains every Labor Day.
Yeah.
So I think it did on Monday. That's when, but he did the whole 72. My
That's
brother
cool.
did a lot of. That's what I don't. Like, when I try to explain to these guys, Chris, no one understands that Manny is probably the best DJ as far as weddings and stuff in the state of Connecticut, and
Yeah.
I think he's better than Caplo.
I gotta say this about your brother. I am DJing today because of Manny, and the reason I say this is very simple. Manny used to DJ. There were 2 bars in Waterbury that were big at the time. One of them was called Casablanca,
Dash 23.
and the other one was Dash 23, which is now the San Marino restaurant in the Colonial Plaza in Waterbury. Okay, Manny DJ'd at the Dash 23. I got in there when I was 17 years old. My cousin used to sneak me in. At the time, there were lights in the DJ booth on the dance floor. They were just the spinners, remember?
Yeah.
And the beacons,
Yeah.
looked like police sirens.
Yeah.
And you had to literally, there was no programming them. There was no robo scans.
There was a switch.
It was a switch. You had to work the lights to the beat.
That's
So
cool.
I started doing that. And after about 6 months, I watched what Manny did. I watched the rush. You know, the rush you
Yeah.
get when people are dancing and
Yeah.
you're mixing. And I watched this. I want to do this. He would take a break. I'd beat mix for 15 minutes. Then the band would come on. One thing led to another. And then it goes back to where my father took me to Manhattan and took me to Chinatown and bought my Gem Sounds and bought my, I don't even know what the hell mixer I had back then. It was something.
GLI.
GLI. GLI. And I came home and belt drive.
GLIs was, you remember the GLIs when it had the toggle?
Yeah.
And you could do this, like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you had a wrist, like,
Almost like you were transferring.
when I was 20, yeah,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
transforming, and you were just, oh, dude.
Do you
it was
remember-
Fucking crazy.
Do you remember the Yuri and Bozak had the dial mixers?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I hated those.
I liked them. I liked them because the sound with the faders, you could hear it come in, but with the Bozaks, with the knobs, it was almost like it was there and you just didn't even hear it come in and it was just there.
What do you think of these guys now that do? And I fucking hate it because Randy Boy, I watched him one day. I'm like, how are you so fucking popular? All he's doing is taking the bass and the treble.
Yeah.
Why?
It's an
Just
effect.
fade.
It's an effect.
And I
know.
remember one time we were at Shamrock and they were doing an EDM night, and it was Joe Antonio and Randy Boyer, and they were mixing. And I'm like, I could do that shit. And Randy Boyer was like, yeah, whatever. Like, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I went up there, and that was me with the,
Yeah.
you know, with the silver, slowing it down, speeding. I never did. I DJ'd a long time, but I never realized what the pitch was.
No, you
until
could
my
just,
brother
you
yelled.
push the record
Right.
a little or you drag it a little.
So I'm doing this,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and I'm doing with the fader, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, and I remember I was fucking drunk and high as fuck. I was like, "Da That's a motherfucking DJ. Bitch. I walked out because these guys do this the whole time.
and you'll hear the bass. You hear, and that's what they would do. It's an effect, but to them,
And if you wanted to be a DJ,
especially with EDM, that's
EDM is the easiest thing to mix.
Yeah. Well, it's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the old.
You don't even got to count.
It's the new house music version of house music.
Now, when you mix, did you cymbal, or did you do the hi hat, or did you count? Man, he used to get mad at me because I used to do the hi hat. Boom. Boom.
I mean, I knew the intro. I knew Billie Jean had a 4-measure before the boom, 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 boom. So I would use the 4-measure intro or 4-measure out.
Oh, you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Those were easy.
that was easy. Yeah, Billie Jean and Caribbean Queen. Who didn't do it? You know what I mean? Come on.
I know. But my brother was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "He's like, count. I don't want to do the BPMs. I don't want to multiply this and that." Well, how are you mixing? Don't work. It's working, right?
Listen, yeah.
And like, boom, every song
You
in the
just
country.
you match the hi hat with the hi hat. Yeah.
Boom. And if you got it right, you got it right.
And back then, one of the things, and to this day, it still holds true. The 2 drum machines that were used in almost every freestyle song, the 808s and the 909s.
Yeah.
Because it was like doom, 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 doom.
Freestyle was the hardest.
Planet Rock. I mean, Planet Rock, looking for the perfect beat. Play at your own risk. They're all the same freaking
Freestyle
song.
was the hardest.
Yeah.
Right?
It was.
Because there was never like a clean break.
No.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's when Ultimix came in and said, we're gonna-
Ultimix
we're
is
gonna-
a service to where they call me the MD.
a subscription service.
There was a guy that was sitting in a room. I know he was in a basement somewhere.
Les Massengale.
He was sitting in a room and he would take acapellas from one song and take instrumentals from another, and that was his job. Now, if that's what you did for 8 hours a day, you can. And I remember my favorite, still to this day. I'm gonna play it, as a matter of fact. Still to this day, I'm not even gonna tell you. Let me just play it.
All right.
It's good thing we started this early.
My favorite. No, come on, you gotta hear this. And Chris is gonna get goosebumps when he hears
I
this.
bet you.
I'm not even gonna put it on the screen. But this is my favorite till this day. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
Do you want to know what
No, I don't want to know a commercial, you fucking piece of shit.
dollars looks like?
Ready?
You want me to say what it is?
Hold on. Ready? And you came out of summertime with this bitch, right? This is when you went from dance to hip hop. Look at the goosebumps. What? And what was on the other side of that? Funk Boutique.
Oh my God, dude. You remember what they did with Treat 'Em Right Later? The Mary J. Blige after. Da, da, da.
Now
Wanna sing with
I'm
you?
gonna separate this song because so here is no Sarah.
Was that the Hallelujah break?
Now here's what he did. Like, so you understand, this guy's a genius. So here's the song. Here's the beat that he used.
No, Sarah, Summertime. She had 2 songs. She was Italian, this broad.
Here's the beat that he used, right? And he's like, "What can I put with this?" Now listen to how bland the rap song he used is. Hold on.
Without this behind
Without
it.
this beat. So listen to how bland this fucking rap song is.
Now you drop No Sarah behind that, you got a whole new song, man.
See how bland it is?
Yeah.
It was still a hit back in the day.
Yeah.
But you took, so now when back in the day, you had a club. Now this is when freestyle was transforming into hip hop, or people didn't know what the fuck they liked at the time.
Yeah.
So this guy sat in the base, is like, how do we get the freestylers
So
and
like,
the fucking hip hoppers to stay in the same building? I'm gonna call Ultimix and I'm gonna charge, was it $20 a
20
single?
at the time, 20, yeah.
$20 a single.
now.
And it was one song or 2 songs per album.
Yeah.
So you would pay a service. And were you in a record pool?
Yeah, early on. I got shit though. My bin number was so high. I
Mine
got
too.
garbage, yeah.
Who'd you have? BPM?
Yeah.
So Mark, he died.
Really?
Yeah, Mark died.
Wow.
So we would drive to West Hartford. And
I did it on my motorcycle. I mean,
This black guy would open the door. You would think it was like a drug deal.
And you stack the record.
And then he had Chris Walsh was the biggest DJ in the state. He had Frank Calabro.
Frankie, yeah.
But he had all the hottest DJs in the state. And now you have us little white kids that work for weddings and stuff. And then small clubs. And you had to fill out a paper. So like he would give you 100 records.
You'd have to rate them.
And you'd have to rate them. How did it rate in the club? And I remember he gave me Maria like 8 weeks after it came out.
Really?
Yeah, like, yo, bro, can I get Maria or what? I'm like, because I can get it from Frank in Waterbury for $3 right now. Yeah. So he would give you 100 records and 2 of them were hot.
And if you in the way it worked, if there were 30 bins and you got into the pool, if you were bin 1 through 10, you got all the hot shit.
Right.
If you were bin 15 to 30, you're 28. You may as well not even bother.
You got what was hot in April. You got it in fucking February.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I would go down to Miami for vacation, and there was a store called the Disc Jockey Store in Fort Lauderdale. You would go in there and you could buy Company B, Full Circle. Okay, came out before it even hit the Northeast. I bring it home and I play it in the club. A month later, it would come here. You know,
wow.
And then we had Carl. If you understand Carl
downtown,
he was a white dude in the blackest neighborhood.
Carl,
every black person in the world loved
Carl Bogan.
Yeah.
Joe, what was his last name? Joe Rubin. He owned the record shop downtown Waterbury, probably way before your time. But he had a record player in there. And I don't mean a turntable. I mean a record player.
Yeah.
And he would open a 12-inch single and say, you want to hear it? Joe was probably about 4'9", and he'd play the record. And if you liked it, you buy it. And if you didn't like it, he'd leave it open for the next time someone wanted to hear it.
Yeah, he was always like, yo, my man. And he's like, it was a short dude. And he was like, yo, because he knew I was going in there. He's like, this is hot. This is hot. This is hot.
And he knew he was at the time, he was like 75, 80.
Wow.
And then Carl, who Peter's talking about, Carl got to know music, very eclectic taste. Yeah. And Carl kind of took it over. And but yeah.
But you would go in on a Friday with $100 and walk out with 10 or 12 records.
Where is Carl? Is anybody?
Dog, I missed the record show.
Yeah.
But this right here is what got me DJing.
Oh my God.
And roller skating. I was a satin roller.
When this came on, you'd start.
I was a satin roller, bro.
You really?
Yes.
It's like you started.
I was a satin roller, and then I went from satin roller to speed team. Mark Neri got me into it. Dude, this is like goosebumps. Like we could do a whole show about our life back in the day.
Dude, seriously.
Doing like 90 with fucking All American Dream Wheels. Remember with the skate bar at the bottom? Like we were the shit. We had a dance team, we had a speed team.
Dancing on skates was the shit.
Lenny, remember Lenny?
Lenny,
Remember Lenny when he got fucked up
with the eye? Yeah,
he was the hottest.
Yeah,
dude. This guy Lenny, he would, if you were with a girl, Lenny walked in the room and she left with him.
Dude, he could dance on roller skates the way a good dancer could dance with sneakers or shoes on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing.
And then he got into a train accident.
Yeah.
He tried jumping on the train.
He tried jumping cars and he got hit. Yeah.
And then he came all fucked up.
He was one side was paralyzed.
Yeah. And still got pussy.
He still danced.
Damn.
He still wow, I would have forgot about him for the rest of my life.
You remember him?
Yep.
Yo, I get mad because every time I would get someone new, like I was dating Jolie Carafa.
Yeah.
Remember the Carafa girls, the 3 of them?
Yeah.
I was dating this hottest girl at the roller skate. Here comes Lenny. All right, motherfucker.
He would know how to take his feet and drop down on the 2 wheels sideways, like shit with your ankle that you'd break if you tried that.
I did that. I did that. Yeah. I did that, and then we used to do the skate on the wall.
Yeah.
And then we did sideways skate.
One, yeah.
Yo, I skate like a motherfucker.
You know, I went to Roller Magic last week, a birthday party I had to attend. I still got my skates. I want to go, but I know if I fall, some bad shit could happen.
Chris, how much did you roller skate back in the day?
Quite a bit.
I went with Ricky not even a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that. Even if I fuck up, I'm not letting nobody know I fuck. Because I was yo, I had speed skates, sneaker skates, dance skates.
Yeah.
I had the stopper missing, everything.
Yeah.
The handlebar in the middle. I said, I am not looking stupid in these motherfuckers. I put them rental skates on. I'm like, oh shit. My ankle started hurting. I'm like,
the rental skates are hard.
And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, watch out now. Watch out now. Yeah. I'm telling you, 5 minutes into it, and Rolling Magic to this day still has that one Puerto Rican that's 90 that thinks he's the shit, right? Remember him?
Yep.
And he was dancing. He was, woo! And I was like, I'm busting this dude's ass. I'm fucking going by him and shit. I was like I was back on the speed team. I was like, all right, but my ankles are killing me. I'm like, oh shit, my fucking ankle. The rental skates are the same ones that when Rocco bought.
I know they were. I know. Same
They're the
orange
same
wheels,
skates when Rocco
wheels.
opened it.
Yeah. Brown laces.
Yeah.
Shredded to hell.
The only difference with Roller Magic right now is the DJ booth is where the fucking pro shop was.
Because it used to be on the side in the
It used
wall
to
there.
be right. Now it's at the pro shop.
Yeah. Okay.
Tiny.
Here's a quiz for you. 2 black guys that worked at Skate Odyssey. One of them rented the
Dr.
skate.
Cool.
Well, you remember who they were though? The names. They were brothers.
He called Manny Dr. Cool.
Well, yeah. One of them was Artie, tall, skinny,
Right,
bald
right,
guy.
right. And
his
then the
brother
other-
was Carl. the
Carl,
stocky
yeah,
one.
Carl.
No man, Carl was right out of a black sitcom.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
mean, he caught me. I remember one time,
no,
Manny,
you can't be doing that, man.
I
That was
just-
Carl.
he caught me. I was a fucking terror when I was. So Manny just got fired, but they were still letting me in for free. So we had these lockers. You put a quarter in the locker. You
Yeah.
put your stuff in the locker. The quarter drops.
Take the key.
At the bottom, there was where the quarters would land. So I was a video game junkie, bro, right? And
Mhm.
pizza. Between the pizza
Oh, the
slices, the
pizza,
pretzel, and the video game junkies. And I went to the pro shop because they had a pro shop. If your skates broke, they fixed them for you.
Fix them, tighten them up, whatever. Yeah.
And I found the longest screwdriver I can find. And I'm over there popping the fucking bottoms
Fucking-
of the lockers.
Fucking beef.
Yo,
Now we know why Skate Odyssey went out of business.
I would pop open 10 to 12 lockers a night and just get handfuls of. When you're 14 and you got quarters in your pocket, you're the man.
Yeah.
Like you're blowing shit in Donkey Kong. Like, yeah. Gallagher, right? Gallagher? Remember Gallagher?
Gallagher. Yeah.
So
Space
here comes
Invaders.
here comes Carl. Yo, what's up? What you doing? No, I'm trying to fix the locker, Carl. No, man. No, man. You ain't Dr. Cool's brother no more, man. Dr. Cool ain't here no more. He called my brother Dr. Cool.
Yeah.
You ain't Dr. Cool, man. No, you got to get up. I was 14. They called my mother. They wanted to call the police on me.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to rob the fucking lock. You get about $100 out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking lockers. That's how many
Well,
that's how many people roller skated in a fucking.
well,
There was 3 sessions a day.
Yeah.
Morning skate, afternoon skate, and night skate.
and
that's how many people roller skated.
I think I know where my girlfriend's wheels went off of her sneaker skates now because Pete was breaking into the lockers.
yeah.
We had her sneaker skates in there. We went to go home, open the locker. The sneaker skates are in there with the wheels are off. They're gone.
Yo,
They're gone.
these wheels,
What
they
is
were
this,
called
LA?
All American Dream.
Yeah.
They were $100 a wheel.
They were-
A
yeah.
wheel.
Back in the day.
Wow.
You know how you guys used to build bikes and cars? We built skates.
Yeah. You made your own pair.
You made your like roller like sneaker skates. Forget it. Drill.
Yeah.
You drill full hole. You would
and just put the screws in the bars in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
One of the things I'll leave you with this. You'll laugh. Skate Odyssey related. You remember they had the grocery store next to Skate Odyssey?
Waterbury beef.
Yeah. Well, the Waterbury Beef, but on the other side was Grand Union.
Right.
Okay.
Pathmark.
Bathmark.
Right.
Yeah. Different incarnations. Anyways, when Skate Odyssey burned down, it burned down part of the grocery store.
Right.
We used to go. I'm gonna take you way back. Bobby Creighton. Remember Bobby Creighton?
Yeah.
We used to go around the back of the fucking plaza. There was a hole in the wall to Grand Union. You walk in there, you can get anything you wanted out of there because it was, condemned at the time. Used to come out with the pink champagne. Remember champagne? It was like a knockoff of the champagne.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Crazy
I
shit.
took Ricky to Willow Street one time. She's like, "What the fuck?" And she
Oh.
grew up in Bridgeport.
Yeah, it's
Remember you met me one time at a gas station in Waterbury? There was like a gas. It used to be a gas station.
I met you there.
Yeah, you met me there one time. I think I was working for the contracted company.
where in Waterbury?
It was. Remember where the Millers lived?
Oh, you're painting the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
where the Millers lived?
Yeah.
Craig Miller
Uh-huh.
across the street. That
Oh,
old
okay.
gas station. She's like, "Oh, I don't know why you got me over here." And she grew up in Bridgeport, bro. So many stories we could have. Paul, what'd you learn tonight?
I learned that I am the only person in this room who has not had a hemorrhoid ever. And also, I never realized, being a musician, I never realized how complicated the whole mixology thing was that you guys
For DJing,
for
it's
DJing.
an art, man.
Never knew. I mean, I've watched Chris do it.
This is how much he loves DJing. He brought his own headphones.
I brought mine too.
I know,
because
but
of like Sennheiser.
You know what I hate about these fucking things though? These are what I use when I play, and I should invest in better ones. The cord is so damn short.
I know.
You know,
Go with these. These are good.
What else did you learn, buddy? Well, back in the day when we were DJing, we would rip one side off.
yeah, it would be like this.
Yeah. We had the one thing. Remember the one without the head, without the top?
This is-
With the
dude.
power station had them.
There were
The
those,
one cone.
the one cone. Then there were the Sennheisers, the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what I
Oh,
did,
the stick.
and then I took a phone receiver and I took out the earpiece and the mouthpiece and I put in a speaker and I put the wire through the bottom where the modular plug was and I put a 1/4-inch jack on the end of it. I had a
Cool.
phone. People coming in the booth. Oh, you're on the phone. I won't bother you.
That's awesome.
This is a dumb question. Just being
awesome.
naive.
Yeah.
The whole one ear thing.
Monitor.
Why?
Why do you do
So
that?
you could hear the mix between the two songs to make sure you were on pitch, and so you could hear what it sounds like out there.
No, right.
At
So
the same time.
So what
My
you were
fingers.
playing out in the club, you can hear it. Right. So what you were doing with the headphone was the next song.
You're
Okay.
cueing it, but you
Oh,
want to
okay,
hear
okay.
what's going
But-
on out
and
there
then
at the same
The
time.
monitor would be fucking full blast in our ear. That's why we're deaf in one ear.
Yeah, it's true though.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you would have the song you want to play, the monitor playing, and you had to mix beat it.
I got you. Okay.
So-
I never on because I've always, you always see the
And then you always had that motherfucker that walked in while you were mixing, while
Yeah.
you were in the middle of
Yeah.
a good mix.
Yeah,
Hey, can you play Rick James?
yeah.
I'm not playing Super Freak, motherfucker. You see the club? Super Freak will clear the floor. You know what I mean? Like
Well, you know what you see now with the headphones. You see a lot of
they don't
this
even wear them.
like this.
Yeah, they don't even wear
You
them.
know?
Or you know what DJs nowadays they look at the algorithms, whatever they call it.
Oh, virtual DJ. I
Yeah.
know two guys that don't mix with headphones. They're like, "Oh, you do that?" I go, "Yeah, what else is there?" And they're like, "Watch this." And the algorithms, they match them and then they cross the fader and it'll beat mix.
Yeah.
For me personally,
Seems like
it's
cheating.
not creative.
That's not a DJ no more.
It's not creative.
cheating.
You're just going, "Okay, this looks the same as
But
this."
that was the equivalent.
That's
of,
like singers who use auto tune.
Yes.
well, that was the equivalent of what 80s was like when people were like, "Oh, you didn't have a band no more," and Depeche Mode and all they came out with the machines.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, you had the machine. That's the equivalent. Like us as old school DJs, we don't want to see that you don't need a headphone no more.
No.
Because the struggle we went through, like we were talking about before, walking through a club with 15 crates of records at 2 a.m. was a struggle.
That's a lot of work.
When you had to go through 15 crates to find the one song that was a club banger,
Yeah.
and there was a 30-second left on the fucking record
And
that
you
was
had-
playing,
that's it.
and there was 1,000 people dancing, and if you missed that fucking song, oh shit!
It's
Yep.
over,
Damn it!
Johnny.
And then you threw something on it didn't work,
And you lose the floor.
and you lose the
Yeah.
floor.
You want to mute the advertisement?
You can't lose the floor. I know.
What's wrong?
You can't lose the floor when you're at a club. But what else did you learn?
That's the hemorrhoid thing, of course, and
yeah,
the complexities of mixing. Just how cool web radio is. This is my first time ever being on a radio show. Period.
We make radio cool.
Like Yarborough and people.
You're damn right you do.
Yes, we do.
You
this
played
is
my
cooler
song. I
than
like that.
than
Thank you.
you know.
Wait till you listen to the music
Traditional
during the week.
radio.
You're gonna love us more.
Pete, we
got it.
want to come back, Pete.
Then come back anytime you want. You got an open invitation, bro.
Absolutely.
You're family, bro.
Thank you, sir.
You're family.
Go back.
Paulie, not so much.
You talk. Chris is so much a family. He talks to my brother more than I do.
I really do.
It's funny because every time you tag him,
Yeah.
I can't see him because he blocked me.
Oh, he has you blocked?
He has me blocked, and I see the ungrade part Manny put on. I'm like, you know it's bad when your own brother blocks you. What'd you learn, Dave?
Oh man, kind of same with like what Paul was saying. I learned so much about the DJ business from you guys hearing your stories and stuff. That was pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I grew up with parents who were musicians, so I mean, like I always got that aspect of like performing and and I perform and everything. So I know that
We got
side
laid a
of it.
lot as a DJ.
We were very lucky in the sense that him and I were, what are you, 48?
Mhm.
So we're five years apart.
Mhm.
But really, that is nothing in the DJ world. Him, me, his brother, rest his soul, Glenn Doucette, Dave Riley. A lot of this Dave, a comedian now, used to be a DJ.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, we came up together, and that era,
Mhm.
the 80s
Yeah.
and the early 90s, was what we do, what
Yeah.
we did, and what we continue to do.
Yeah.
The DJs of today are producers and vice versa.
Yeah, the thing is about the DJs of today. They and I'm not saying this because Chris is here. They will never have our talent.
Yeah.
Because Chris and I can go and kill a fucking club right now, and then tomorrow go and do a wedding.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they can't do that. Like a DJ, and I noticed personally because a DJ cannot go to be a good mix DJ. You got to do at least. You're gonna have your fuck ups. But you got to be able to mix. You got to be able to mix for at least 1 to 2 hours without fucking up. So when you can go from a club like to like a Toad's club place or whatever, and have 1,000 people dancing because of you, and it's a different genre, and then you can get in your car, go home, go to bed, wake up, and the next day you're playing Neil Sedaka and fucking Elvis, and still killing a crowd. That's a DJ.
And not even just that. At a wedding, okay, you're gonna play, like I said, you're gonna do Rockin' Robin, you're gonna do Run Around Sue, but then you're gonna drop something that's a Pitbull, and you're gonna make it work if you're good and you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and that's
you got
not
mix.
That's not bragging.
No,
that's just truth.
Yeah, it's just knowing your craft.
When you can go from what is that song that everybody plays? Dirk and the Funbacks do it. Buttercup. Raise Me Up Buttercup.
Build Me Up Buttercup.
Build Me Up Buttercup to fucking Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
And you kept.
That's a banger still to this
So
day.
here's the thing: when you do a wedding, I'm not going to overdo it, but when you do a wedding, after we got a little lazy when we were doing weddings, but after dinner, the first song, I don't know if you do it, but the first song you played was a slow song because the old people.
It gets everybody out there. Right.
And then you play a slow song, and then you start to weed everybody out. But then the last hour, like a wedding is the easiest money because the first 2 hours is dinner. You ain't doing shit.
Right. It actually gets boring sometimes.
It's very boring, and you're reading and you're walking around. The third hour is the cutting of the cake and all that bullshit. And then you get into the dollar dance if they want a dollar dance, and then you do the dances. So now you have 45 minutes maybe or an hour left to get them on the
hour and
floor.
a half if you're lucky.
Right. And now you got to get these people on the floor. No, granted, she paid you, but these are potential customers. So now you got to kill it, and now you're killing it. You're killing it, and you're pulling out fucking this and bada bang, son of a bitch. And then the bride comes up and says, "Stop playing that." And you're like,
yeah, it's so hard because especially if you're subbing out for another guy, you can't say shit.
Right.
But even if it's your wedding, you don't want to have a bad rep with the bride
but you got 1,000 potential customers,
right? Yep. And you will, and you'll get them, and they will come up to you and they'll say, "Do you have a card?" Oh my God, I've seen reviews, guys like Pete, myself, other guys, Manny, other DJs we've worked with, reviews that have saying best weddings we've ever gone to, not just because of us, because of the way you know.
What
how
was
to
the first thing you said to them when you walked in? I seen this dude on speakers. That's what we did. We would be at a wedding in a fucking tux, and no one would be dancing. And Manny was known for this too. Myself, I got fucking Rockin' Robin on. No one's dancing. Fuck this. I would hurl we had EV speakers back in, right?
Yeah.
Jump on an EV speaker and just fucking.
Oh, you on the table. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
you know what it is? It's the energy. His brother, and to this day, and him, it was all about the energy.
Right.
The energy. When you do that, people are like, this fucking guy's crazy. Holy shit, let's go dance.
He'll grab a cowbell and just jump on stage.
Seriously, though. I mean, there's DJs. I go to weddings. My niece got married. She got married there. What's that place in Bristol? It's an old venue. Anyways.
Aria? Is that the place?
No. I'm thinking of Prospect.
Oh, Prospect.
This is it's one of them old school joints. It's got a bar on one side and a hall on the other. Anyways, she got married there.
Lorenzo's?
No, I don't remember the name of it. But anyway, she got married there. I was a guest at the wedding. This is 12 years ago. And the DJ was just back there, just playing music. Didn't say shit. Didn't do nothing. She came up to me. Brenda was her name. She says, "Chris, can you please do something?" Now, I do not ever want to step on another DJ's toes. I don't care if he sucks. I'm not that guy. I said, "Well, hold on." So I went up to him. I said, "Hey," I said, "I'm the bride's cousin." I said, "Would you mind if I say a few things on the mic?" "No, go right ahead. I welcome it." Nice guy. Gave me the mic. All I did was get them out there to do the cha-cha fucking slide. That's all I had to do. And they got the groove. They felt it. They were happy. I said, "Here you go. Thanks, man." Gave him the mic back.
And when you're a good DJ, you can.
There's
So-
there's tricks.
So the thing is you don't want to take away from the bride, but you also want to put on a show. So you got to know how to hype to where it's not taken away from the bride, but to where you're like, well, fucking. And I stole this from my brother. Got the goosebumps again. You know what? We rocked him. We killed him for an hour.
Yeah.
And then that last song, that last fucking song. Everybody from the dance floor, bride, grooms, everybody. Grandma, get your ass up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get up. And we're gonna send the bride and groom off for their last song of the night. And then we would put on fucking We Are Family.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. And that's how we
And
ended.
there's the goosebumps again. We would put on We Are Family, like, all right, everybody rush the bride, everybody rush the groom. And it was more like you didn't take away from the bride, but you were also still an MC.
Right. Well,
You didn't step on her toes. Because if you piss off the bride, you're done.
that's it. And to speak to what Pete's saying, to this day, the version of what he's saying,
You
this
still
is
play it?
what I do. And again, I know the country thing. Sam Hunt, crossover artist. Okay. There's a mix out with Flo Rida into Sam Hunt's house party. Okay. It starts out with Flo Rida, welcome to my house. And it mixes into house party. We'll have a house. So what I do is I get everybody, let's get out here. Let's get everybody in a circle. Come on. Don't be shy. We're not going to do the chicken dance. Let's get everybody out there. Big circle all the way around. Get the bride and groom right in the middle. I hit the song. Now it's hard when you got one guy doing it. You can MC DJ helps. But anyways, I hit the song. I get their hands up. We'll have a house party. And then I bring them as soon as it says, I'll be at your door in 10 minutes. And then it starts with the chorus. I say, let's show some love. I bring everybody in. The bride and groom are popping in the middle like We Are Family. Then it goes off the chorus, back them up, keep clapping, so on and so forth. And that's what we did with We Are Family.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, we can go on for hours.
Yeah, right. No,
But-
that's awesome.
Yeah, because you
That's
just
cool. You're
imagine.
passionate. It's
You
cool.
imagine like you're everybody's drunk. It's fucking. All right, let's bring Ricky and Pete to the dance floor, everybody. Come on, let's go. And you got this fucking brown fucking 5'8" motherfucker sober, and everybody's drunk. All right, man, let's go. He's crazy. Oh shit, yeah. Woo! And now like everybody's like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then you got the black people like, oh shit, all right, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Let's
what I'm
go.
talking about.
Yeah. Give me your car, baby. All right. And all of a sudden, everybody put your hands together for Mr. and Mrs. Pinho.
Yeah.
And then she started singing. That was it. Like you had to know when to say it.
Hit the post, baby. Hit the post.
And then like, woo!
Yeah.
And then the bride's
Stop now. You give me the chills, man. Stop.
because I got a little bit of Manny in me.
He's gonna go home and spin.
As much as him and I fought, I always told my wife that. I always gave him props.
Oh, you've always respected me.
Manny hated me because I am Manny. And a better version of Manny.
I'm not a
little bit more energetic.
I'm just gonna say you guys to me are very much cut from the same mold.
That's
as
what
far
I'm
as
saying.
DJing
And he
goes.
hated that. Like I always told my wife, I'm like, if my brother would just embrace that him and I have a talent.
Yeah.
Like I built a radio station from nothing.
Right.
It's like if he could embrace it,
Right.
my brother could be a millionaire. If he could have embraced that him and I have a talent to
Right.
entertain people,
Right. Oh yeah.
we would have been millionaires right now, minus the drug habits. That's the problem. My brother Manny always was jealous because, when he found out I was on Chaz and AJ, he's a mess. Because, Manny always wanted to be on radio. Because remember, he had that WWCO show.
Forgot about that.
Remember that? He did a WWCO show with Dr. Cool. That was
Forgot
his
about that.
name.
Yeah. Wow.
And if my brother would just stop being so jealous of his little brother, we could have made money. But that's the problem. And I'm very sorry because I love my brother, but fuck, I'm going to fucking let him talk shit about me either. You know what I mean? We're both
I
stubborn
gotta
like
be
that.
honest with you. Anytime I've been with him, which I've seen him a lot in the last year, he has not had a bad word to say about you at all.
And that's too bad because I was at my brother. I finally made amends with my. This all happened. My brother died 5 years ago.
George.
Yeah.
So.
I made amends with my other brother, and I saw him and Manny texting and Manny was like, "How's it going?" Oh, why aren't you here then?
Mm.
If you're worried about how's it going, we're brothers, bro.
Right.
We're blood. You and I were the best fucking DJs on top of everybody else, like Chris, and we were all
The name.
We never had a fucking best DJ. We all loved each other, like back in the day.
Yeah, there was no
It
bad
wasn't
blood.
fuck DJ Magic, fuck KG. It wasn't
No,
fuck.
there was no bad blood.
It
back
wasn't.
then.
Well, it might have been. It might have been
That's how
fuck,
the
fuck
local
Calibro
bands
for a
are
couple
around
of
here
years.
now.
But we, you know what I mean? Like fuck the pop.
Ish.
But
You know.
always somebody's fucked something.
No, of course.
is your mic off?
It might have been, but no, I
No.
wasn't saying much in general.
Here's what happened. We have to end, but here's what happened. My brother was very talented. He got into a big fight with the owner of Power Station, and then everybody had to make a decision. You with Manny or you with Al? And I'm very glad that Chris came to the Manny.
The only reason why I didn't stay with Al is because Al, and to this day, they still want it, and I understand.
which is Power Station.
Power
which is
Station. I love Al dearly. We're friends. But here's the thing with that. They want you to sign an exclusivity contract. Okay, which means you only DJ for Power Station, or any jobs you get, you put through Power Station, which I could understand if you're somebody that's doing 70, 80 jobs a year. Dude, I do 30 weddings maybe a year. I'm no competition, and I am never going to hurt those guys.
30 weddings, 10,000. That's a lot of money.
You know, but you know what I'm saying? 30, maybe 15, maybe 45 one year. When I started in Mayhan's, dude, we were doing 150 weddings there a year. I had a quarter of that, you know. Now it's not like that. But my point is, I would never, ever be a threat to Power Station, especially nowadays. Those guys have their hands in everything. Audio, visual, everything.
You ever heard Power Station?
Government. They're amazing.
They run UConn's audio.
You can't.
Okay.
Nobody can touch them.
No.
Nobody can touch
And
them.
they started where? In Naugatuck.
Yeah, music
In a
plus.
little fucking
record
office
store.
like this.
Yeah.
Dane, what'd you learn?
We did.
That your
Ah, you
guitar,
did learn
that your
that.
guitar string needs to be replaced.
Yeah, that too.
Mike, what'd you learn?
You got through it.
Pretty much the same thing everybody else.
Why is your mic off?
It's not off. I can hear me.
I can't hear you that well.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Your game's down. Sorry, good.
Yeah. No, I
Oh, you were mixing or something.
yeah, you were playing with my bass and treble. I learned the same thing. I also learned that it's a good thing we started early.
Yeah, right.
You weren't, Pete. You weren't kidding when you said 3 hours goes by.
Yeah,
And I
Looking
did
at the
also
time, I'm
learn
like,
that
holy
yet
shit.
again, it's been proven that any guest that says they're leaving before the show's over is a fucking liar.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how good we are, baby. That's how good we are.
I
man.
couldn't because it was just the conversation was, you know, it was right there, intriguing, very, very good. And you guys are awesome people.
Thank you, man. Right back at you.
It's
A
great
lot
to
of
meet-
fun. A lot
meet
of
you
fun.
guys.
If we can get Dane to show up more often, it'd be great.
I would love to. You know that.
I know. Well, we're
We're
moving.
Now you
Well,
know
we
you
were trying to
bring
do a
your
once a month
guitar
thing.
next time.
You can bring my guitar.
Yeah, let's book you again, man. Because I really liked your music. I really thought I was gonna suck. That's it. Why am I
He's
gonna
as
lie?
honest as they come. He's as honest as they come.
Why am I gonna lie? Because I
I'm just
look.
trying to figure out
But I
why.
profiled. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? You did too. You guys won't say it. though.
No, I don't judge people.
When you looked at it, did
people's
you think it was
music on
gonna
their
sound like
looks.
that?
You never know.
I do.
When you looked at him, did you think his music was gonna sound like that?
I didn't know what it was gonna. I didn't.
I got a
She's
Listen,
lying.
Ricky,
I'm
will
not
never,
lying.
face for radio.
Ricky
man.
will never say a bad thing about it.
Never.
but I don't
Did you?
profile like that.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to sound.
Thank you. That's honest.
I didn't necessarily think
I
it was gonna be
honestly-
bad
yeah.
per se, but it wasn't what I was expecting either.
What was everyone expecting when I walked in?
Like a dry fucking, like a total normal acoustic. Like,
He thought you were going to sound like me.
no, shut up.
I have expected you to
No,
make
I
it
like
sound like
that. I
the
like that.
Smithereens or something.
I like that UK shit, man. That was good. I like that.
Listen, these two, I met these two through the station, and they're very, very, very good artists.
Thank you.
But they don't play no more. And that's why he made that joke. Oh, you don't like that?
Oh,
It's not that I don't let them play no more. I like them as guests. I don't like them as fucking players.
I appreciate
You
that.
understand what I'm saying? I love them as hosts. We're past the music thing. Okay?
Well, because we become friends, so
Right,
it's like it's
so
cool to just hang and talk.
They're
and shit.
better as hosts than they are as.
We gotta. The next time I come down,
Still not a good
Yeah,
compliment.
That last part hurt a little bit.
Sorry.
we've done the DJ thing.
back
This show covered quite a bit of it. We got to come up with another topic. I think something that you and I can relate
Ricky's
to.
vagina?
Something you can relate to?
Not saying a word.
What is there a history we don't know about?
We can relate. You know
That's
what?
true, I don't know about.
Do you know what's nice about it is we don't have to talk about DJing again, but we can talk about, because these guys are young. We can talk about how we were brought up, and these guys right here think I'm a hot-headed fucking Trump fucking fanatic. It's not. That's not me.
No, you made it clear. It's just you're a troll. And
I'm a
you,
troll.
you made it clear earlier tonight. This has nothing to do with rationality.
They don't understand that when we were hanging out at the plaza, when we were coming up, we said what the fuck we wanted.
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck. It was Naugatuck against Waterbury or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was we were fighting. We were just that's what we did.
There was a fight.
Can I-
There was a fight. There was a fight. It was a fight. It was these guys against those guys, and you beat the shit out of each other. Nobody.
And then we had Burger
and it was
King.
done. And, and then we ate together.
You got it out of your system. You do what you gotta do. Can I say? I gotta tell you a funny story real quick. My first night ever being on your show back when you were in Wallingford, in that little plaza or whatever. Right.
That's years ago.
Yeah. You had Tim from Bad Larry got us to come to the show.
Oh, and
And-
plumber.
Yeah. So when we first came in, the first like hour of the show, I remember you said to me, like, you looked at me and you're like, you're kind of quiet, huh? Because I really wasn't saying much because I really didn't know the show. But after you said that, for the rest of the show, I was being kind of like how I am now, and we clicked pretty well and became friends. But what's funny about it is like the one thing I love about the show is that it's the one place where I feel like I can kind of come and just say things and not
absolutely.
worry the fuck about who's judging me or saying what about, because it's just like I'm
That's
gonna
what I
come
said
here.
earlier
If
when
I
we
want to say,
started. Like,
if I'm pissed off about something, I'm gonna just fucking say it here because I can say it here and no one's gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't say that.
isn't that what I said
It's like,
3
I don't
hours
give a shit
ago?
if I
Like,
shouldn't
we
say
can
that.
come for 6 hours a week and say what the fuck we want.
I said to my fiance tonight, I said, listen, you're gonna hear some shit. I said on here tonight. I said, this is radio, but it's not the radio you listen to in your car.
Right.
Yeah,
this is some shit. I said, so just
radio
get ready.
uncensored.
Yeah.
I had no clue what to expect, and now I do.
I
And
like
we
to
said that
describe
about
it
you
as
too.
I like to
This guy
I like
fucking
it.
looks like an
You know what?
asshole.
I thought he was gonna be another who was the acoustic guy that looks his age, Mike?
this guy,
Yes, yes. Who's that?
No.
the guy you guys, the ones you guys thought were was a pedophile.
I'm a pedophile. I don't wanna go there. I don't wanna- We make fun of everybody.
What's this?
Let me see. Paul. Is that you? Holy shit.
I don't look like that, do I?
No,
No.
No,
not
but
at all.
So then he thought you were going
Put
to
the hat on.
The sound
Put the
was-
hat on him, you might.
we thought the genre was gonna be the same.
No.
No,
I like to
you definitely, and like Chris said to you, it's I probably should have been beat up 100 times for my honesty. But when you walked
You
in, I'm like,
probably
all
were,
right, do we really want to play this guy's music? But we won't tell you because we don't want to hurt your feelings.
Well, I
Because it's that
appreciate
kind of
it.
world.
You took the chance.
But when you play your music, we're like, fuck, shit, I thought you were going to suck. Because you broke the ice when you played the music, right?
Yeah.
My wife hates how honest I am. That's sorry.
Honesty is always.
It's got to
Best
be.
policy.
You
Well,
gotta do it.
it just keeps getting their house egged, you know. It's,
It might get you.
Black people don't throw eggs. They throw firebombs.
And your Mexican neighbors just throw rice at your house.
Well,
Is it polished?
Water polish. Water polish.
I heard what you say about me.
Take it easy, okay? Don't go crazy. Come on,
As a
man.
matter of fact, we should do mixtape live in my yard.
Yard.
Yes, because the Mexicans next door have fucking Mexican New Year every week, right? We should just blast the fucking shit out of it, right?
The
The Mexicans do not fuck. The Mexicans are worse than the Brazilians, bro. Every Saturday and every Sunday is Mexican New Year.
I had to get him
And there's
fired up.
3 people living in the house, right? They throw empanadas and shit on the fucking driveway, right? Hey, me and Ricky will be in bed like, oh, it's Mexican New Year. Yeah, they party like.
Hey,
on
come
the
on
rocket-
outside. You want a burrito, man?
They got a pool. It's like half filled with water. The rest is algae.
Half filled. Get in. It's okay. Green is okay.
Money. Shoot this piece of shit.
Come on. It's okay. Green. It's okay. We color it for New
Don't
Year.
worry about the Trump wall. You just jump over it, then you jump in.
Cool. You got this guy, Donald Trump. He got orange. It's okay.
Funny juice, man.
Come on, man.
What you gonna do? I'm not even documented. I can run to the next street, not even get arrested. You don't
Hey,
know, man.
you think I'm an immigrant? I go hide in the church down the road. Come get me, man.
I'm Episcopal right now. I'm Episcopal right now. Come after me, I'll take it right to California.
I jumped the wall. Okay, fuck you wall. You think I know got a ladder?
Do you want
Fuck
this
Trump.
picture back?
it's just on the table. You can just leave it anywhere.
Every time I think of Trump, I want a Tito.
Come into my tractor. I think I'm more in the
Come
road.
on. I drive over that thing.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't
maybe-
even gotta go to California no more. New York is giving free health care. Yes, yes, yes.
hey, Peter, maybe it's a cable truck. You never know.
He's got a contractor truck, trust me. And I wouldn't mind, but come on. The music does not have to be at 30 decibels at 2 in the morning.
30 decibels.
babe?
It's not very loud.
It's very loud.
No.
Listen,
You talk louder than 30 decibels.
Puerto Ricans and Mexicans don't have they don't have bass and treble. They have mids, right?
You are
Did you ever
right.
go to the Hot Brook Dam in summer? They're blasting the fucking Spanish music. It's right. It's not even treble or bass. It's just all mids.
Hey, come on, you got the horns? Put them on.
It's like going to Bridgeport. Babe, what'd you learn?
I learned next time you don't have anybody for the show, just invite Chris, and you guys will fill the entire
Damn.
time
Goddamn right.
Thank you, Ricky.
without an issue.
It's a talented era.
That's okay. We'll take it.
Come on, these guys understand.
There's nothing wrong with
cool.
it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying next time.
It was nice to sit back and not have to create content. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey!
no, there's sometimes you're worried. You're like, oh, I don't got anybody on. So
That's
there you
okay.
go.
I wasn't worried about tonight.
I know.
Another Quaalude. She'll love me again.
She doesn't do drugs,
Do
bro.
they even have Quaaludes anymore?
No.
Yeah, it's called fucking ramen noodles.
Oh my God.
What?
If you eat enough of them, you get tired.
That's yeah.
You know what, Christo? Seriously, remember this?
Oh, shit.
Give me roller skates. I'll be right back. Can I get a slice of pizza? I'll be right back.
Ladies
You
and
just gotta
gentlemen,
hit up that
Yo,
locker.
give me that pretzel with the mustard on it, bitch. I'll be
bringing
right
you something
back.
new. Head singer Jody Watley. This is Shalimar.
Right? And we got into when we were
Yeah.
DJing, like,
With that,
Saturday night rolling magic. Let's go. Shalimar. Here we go.
it's not so
Yeah. Like, we can do it with the end, right?
Yeah.
Coming
We-
up next,
we
Double
were-
Dutch
yeah,
Bus.
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh my God! You know what we used to do with this? The second time around. The second time.
They gotta hear it.
Oh,
They
do
gotta
it.
hear
Do
it.
it.
They gotta-
We'll be here all fucking night.
They gotta hear it though. One more time. They gotta hear it.
Why were you late to work?
All
I
right,
didn't
so-
get out of the studio till 2 in the morning.
Thank you for coming to Rolling Magic. This is DJ P Pinner. How you doing? You got your laces out. You got your boots tucked in. You got your pants rolled up. We about to hit the floor. Let's go, everybody. Throw your hands up.
Ladies and
Throw your
gentlemen,
hands up.
we're gonna do a reverse skate right after this.
Right. Next coming up, wheelbarrow race.
Nice. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done.
Ah, say
They
it.
still got it.
Remember the wheelbarrow race?
Yes.
That sounds dangerous as hell.
No, it was one guy who squatted.
Yeah.
And one guy pushing his back.
Pushed him. Yeah.
Wow.
Right? And you want a slice of pizza.
Fuck, I miss roller skating now. I want to go skate.
Oh, we're
Dude,
gonna
dude,
do
we
it.
should
We should roll the magic this
let
night.
it go,
dude,
man.
wait a minute.
Make a night.
Why don't you do a skate party?
Because no one will show up.
I'll fucking show up.
Honestly,
No,
I will skate all goddamn night.
Mixtape ready?
Didn't like a year or two ago Jay Lang
He
throw an
tried to. He
80s?
tried to.
How did it go?
I didn't go.
I know Ricky J came back for that shit too,
I didn't go.
and
But,
he's only being serious.
right. We could do roller skating, but the problem is I don't think people my age
Mm.
are worried about rentals.
But you know, maybe we could just go to have fun, like get a group of
Yeah, but we're stubborn, Chris, because we will not. We didn't put on rental skates then.
Yeah.
We're not putting on rental skates
no,
now,
no.
and we're not going out and buying American Dreams right
I
now.
still
either.
got my old skates, but I got the ball bearings. I gotta
Yeah, yeah, those are easy. You just
Yeah.
push them out with the
Yeah,
screwdriver. But we're stubborn to where we're not skating unless it's
I feel you.
a black boot with the fur on the front.
Yeah.
And the silver laces,
Well, there is eBay.
whatever color you want.
yeah.
And either all American Dream wheels with no stopper in the front, because that stopper fucked you up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have that big ass
If
stopper.
you hit it at the wrong time,
Yeah.
you're going. Whoop.
We had the little white stopper.
The
If you
tiny
were
one, the little tiny
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
if
Oh
you
my
were a
God.
dancer, you had the white tiny one. But if you were a regular skater, you had the big orange one.
Yeah. The tiny ones, is so you could
Dancing.
almost Michael Jackson on
Yeah,
those bitches. Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen people do that.
But yeah, we should definitely do something.
Dude, I'm in.
You know what? We should do it. Like I said, we should rent the hall so where you can dance and skate if you
Yeah.
want.
Well, skating
I don't know about
can't do
people,
it in Nuggets,
but you know
right?
what? Don't bring your fucking rollerblades because I just stopped
That's
music.
not,
I won't play
that's
music.
not
Yeah.
skating. That's
Fuck
not-
out of here with the rollerblades.
I do.
Trying to fucking bring rollerblades to a roller skating rink. What's wrong with you?
That was my
Let's bring
youth.
it. Let's keep it real.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the problem. These youngers don't want to see us on skates.
No.
Chris. That's what I'm
No.
saying.
No,
I still got that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll be 80.
I'd like to keep my lunch.
I'll be 80 and still fucking up the wall, right, Chris? Remember this? Remember that?
all the way
All the way
around.
around. Shit. And then you went to backwards.
Yeah.
And then side skate.
Sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. And all the girls would look, oh, damn. That's right. Look at me in my tight ass BVD. Playboy sneakers.
With our Jordashes,
Yeah,
Z
with the
Cavaricci.
Sergios, bro. The Sergios.
Sergio Valente.
Sergio Valente. Tight. When I say tight, like painted on
Yeah,
tight.
listen, white threads for the seams.
Like Ricky
Oh my
wears.
God.
Ricky wears them now, but she's in the work
She
room.
can get away with
I
it.
got scrubs on today.
Oh man, the roller skate with
He's on the wall.
Yo, that's come on. I did that a month ago.
And this is why they're trying to kick us out
He's
of here.
gonna do this
isn't
at
it?
home too tonight.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn right. If you can get that dick in your mouth.
You
All
are-
right, we'll see you
Can
guys.
you blow me while I got a foot against the
What I
wall?
learned that I love when my
I
fucking
thought that'd be his new position for scratching.
Oh my God.
always gotta be a bitch. Right? I love when my past comes to haunt me.
Are your
really do.
hemorrhoids
I'm-
flaring?
I'm
You're just
so-
happy to
That
see me.
doesn't- that really-
I'm so glad. Yeah, it does. Are you seriously on that still? Thank you for coming finally.
You're
And
welcome, my
thank you.
friend.
You know what the problem is I built this, and a lot of my old school people didn't really take it seriously until they come here. So now that you know,
Oh, absolutely. I want to come back for sure.
definitely come back. And thank you for coming. I miss you so much,
Miss you too, brother.
and I missed our old days. And we have so many stories about Waterbury, and I was a Waterbury Noggy boy, so.
And nobody realizes
There were too many of us. Get away with that.
Waterbury is Waterbury, but if you were to put it on the map in Connecticut in the 80s, it was a time like nobody else had.
Never.
Well, they still had industry, right?
Yeah, we did.
No, we had,
brass.
before
we had
everything-
Uniroyal in
We had
Naugatuck,
brass.
It was
and we
before
had
everything
brass,
shut
and we
down.
had Chuck E. Stage.
Chuck E. Cheese. We were the first Chuck E. Cheese, motherfucker.
Yeah, the original Chuck E. Cheese.
Exactly, and it's still there, right?
Yeah. The building is.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had the first Chuck E. Cheese in the world.
Yeah,
Waterbury was the shit. You know what was even more fun about Waterbury? Not the establishments, was the places we could go and party.
Yeah.
There was a place called Colonial Plaza where, and I don't even know if any of you guys had it, but you're young. There was a plaza, and if you ever, I can't even say plaza no more. I don't know where the plaza is. Right?
It's a if you go down Thomaston Avenue in Waterbury, it's a plaza.
They're from West Haven. They don't
Well,
know.
the only thing in it
From
now is
like
there's
Stanford, man.
there's a
Hamden Plaza.
there's a restaurant in there, very nice Italian restaurant, and then there's Little Caesars and a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Everything else is empty.
Yeah.
But we would spend a Friday night
Friday and Saturday.
and Saturday literally driving in circles, passing each other, waving, see who had the best quadraxle speakers, the Jensen quadraxles.
Yeah.
And the high end back then, there was no bass. You didn't need bass. You just had treble, man, and that's all that mattered.
So it was a plaza like the Hamden Plaza. So you can imagine
Yeah.
cars going this way and cars going that way, and that's so when you were dudes and there was always a car full of girls,
So it was American Graffiti.
kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
So when you drove by, like, hey, and they're like, pull over. So now that's where you met, and then you met in the middle. You started drinking, and then you went. All right, you want to go parking? Then you
Dude,
would go
and
to,
if you
would
got-
go to Lover's Lane.
Yeah, and if you got a kiss, you went home happy.
Yeah. So we had Lover's Lane and we had Montauk Park. So
Lover's Lane.
what do you want to do? Remember Lover's Lane?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Oh, let's go party. All right. We would, 2 cars would follow. So it was a meeting point. You know what it was? You know what it was? Can we call it Tinder?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Tinder.
It
of
was
the
Tinder
day.
Live.
It was Tinder Live.
Yeah, it was Tinder Live.
And you would meet. You're like, you want to go to the park? Yeah, you want to go to the park? All right. Is it consensual? Okay, let's go to Montauk Park. And we would drink, and then cops would come like, what are you doing there? We're drinking. All right, dump them out.
Yeah.
Dump them
Wouldn't
out.
get arrested though.
No, yeah.
And then she would be drunk enough, and you're like, all right, we're going to bang.
To this day, God rest his soul, Guy Mancino.
Okay, yeah.
Me and a guy named Anthony Fascini, we went to high school together, Guy, all of us, and I was fighting with my old lady at the time. So Foch says, we call him Foch. Foch says, hey, I got 2 girls we're gonna go out with tonight. You wanna go? Yeah, I'll go. Sure, I don't give a shit. Whatever. So I said, you gotta pick me up. I can't be seen in my car because my old lady, even though we're fighting, this is Nancy. So me and Foch go out with these 2 girls. We get in his car. We drive to Lover's Lane. We're parking. Okay. Just sitting there screwing around, nothing crazy, kissing, talking, whatever. Guy Mancino was pissed because he wasn't involved in the double date. He drives my girlfriend up to Lover's Lane and shows her where I am.
Oh, you got caught.
Oh shit.
I said, you son of a bitch. I says, I love you like a brother, and you do this to me.
Remember the Spinas?
Oh yeah.
Cossi. They actually built Cossi from the ground up. Man, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh, dude, we can go forever. Next
God
time.
damn it.
Next time.
Next time. I learned love Chris Paul. I learned not to judge again.
Thanks.
Apparently.
It's not going to stop you, but
Well,
at
it's not
least
gonna
you
stop
learn.
me now.
you know.
I learned that love when Dane's here.
Thank you, man. Love that.
You know what I learned also this week, past couple weeks, like because we're moving to West Haven here. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're moving to West Haven? Oh, we'll be there more often." Even Tristan was like, "Oh yeah, we'll be there more often." Is Hamden that far?
I got here from Noggy in like 23
Yeah, all you
minutes.
gotta do is
dude.
come up
It's
69.
nothing.
It took me an hour today, man.
Did it?
There was a tree down on the Merritt and an accident, so like it was a long hike up here.
I also learned that
You got to take Forest Road.
Mike is number 2 in the alumni, and I love that he makes his way down here
Nice.
every week. So I appreciate that very much from Mike. He knows
It's a
that.
fun time, Pete. It really is.
I learned that my wife still wears Sergio Volantes. Kind of.
No.
Babe, you gotta if you know the thread, Mark. The thread, yes. But it's hot though.
Sure.
It's very hot. It's like butter in
you,
a lobster.
you like
bar.
that your wife wears the pants that other men used to wear?
No, women were better, right? Remember, Chris?
Oh, dude.
Women were Sergio's
got,
better.
We got it from them,
I know.
you know?
We wore pants because women wore them. We're like, fuck that. You ain't trying to mark us over.
But the Z Cavaricis, man.
That was after. That
It
was,
was
year,
after,
though.
but remember those?
How many pairs of Playboys you have?
Oh, God.
You had the high top or low top?
High top.
Then you had the Pumas.
Pumas, I think I had one pair.
Suede Pumas.
Suede.
Did you wear the BVDs?
Yes.
Did you wear the tight Lees?
No.
Did you ever shop at Little New York?
Yes.
Did you have the belt?
Yes. The name belt?
Yes.
Listen, I go by my for years, 20, 30 years, DJ Magic. Okay. The name, they don't know name belts.
They will never know
it
a
was a leather belt. Okay. But you didn't put it through the loops in your pants. You wore it around
like
your
Sheila
waist
E.
and you hooked it. And the nameplate was this big, and it had letters that they made, and it said DJ Magic in the belt, and you wore it off to the side, off on your head.
Yes.
Right?
Little New York was the
Yeah.
only store that had it.
And you had them silver or gold, whichever you wanted.
And you had did you have the Playboy bunny in the corner?
Yeah. Yeah. God.
Picture. You know how country people have the big old fucking belt buckle? Well, hip hop was like, fuck that. We're making this real. So we had a thing that looked like a fucking like a virtual reality mask.
Yeah,
right?
it was about that big.
It was rounded, and then you can take the back of the plate, unscrew it,
And change the letters.
and then the Chinese people at Little New York.
Yeah.
I was Pete Ski because that was my breakdancing name.
Break dancing. That's a whole other conversation.
And it would take letters, and there was like metal letters, like
Yeah.
gold, right?
Yeah.
You put letters in this name belt,
And
and
then
then you put the
Put
name,
the plate back on,
Yes.
screw it in.
and you wore it to the side, right?
I probably got pictures somewhere.
Oh, if we had pictures of that,
I'll look.
and I was poor. My mother never had money, so like I had to go like steal shit to buy my own, and then I would have to hide it in my Waterbury friend's house because I couldn't bring it home to my Naugatuck house. Because on the weekends I was Waterbury, and then on the weekdays I was Naugatuck.
Yeah.
But my mother was very poor. But I would steal like sneakers and pants. Like remember, Little New York used to get the Lees,
Yes.
so I would steal shit with Chili Willy,
Little
and I couldn't bring it home because my mother was like, "Where'd you get that?"
Yeah.
So I would leave it at Craig's house. So I would go to Craig's house with my broke ass clothes, and then
And
get dressed,
change.
and get changed into my Playboy sneakers with my belt and my tight ass sleeves and my BVD, and then roller
right.
skate, and then mom's coming. Get back into my fucking
Change the clothes.
my Negro clothes or whatever you called them at the time, and then fucking like it was the best. We stole like a motherfucker back then. If we didn't steal, we wouldn't eat. If we didn't steal, we would never eat. We would never have fun. But all right, thank you everybody for tuning in. Shannon, thank you for being a subscriber to the YouTube channel. Your wife,
That's my wife.
love your wife. Thank you.
I do too.
I know you do. All right, we can go on and on and on, but we're gonna put this together. We're gonna have an old school night, Chris. We
Yes,
need to do this.
definitely.
You and I are gonna mix the fuck out of that night.
All right. I'm
Maybe
in.
we can get fucking Tool to play too.
I'd be happy to.
Paul, thank you for coming in. Paul, The Silence of the Years is the name of your album. Paul Barrett.
That's right.
You go on Bandcamp, you can load it down. Guys, seriously, don't ever judge anybody by the.
Load it down.
No, you can
load it down.
Download it down.
Slow it down, Paulie.
Shut up.
Loading it out. What the fuck do I look like?
And you laugh.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
You look like somebody who might have $12
This
billion.
is my support group. She laughs at my fucking.
It's funny.
All right. Download it. I fucking profiled him and I was wrong, so now I'll admit it. Okay. He's from Hamden. His picture looks a little scary, but he's not that scary.
Santa Claus is doing sit-ups. Pete.
Right.
Look,
He looks like a chef from fucking the Iron Chef show.
Santa Claus is doing sit-ups.
Did you break it?
He did. Son of a bitch.
Fucking
is
Ben
like,
here's
Chris is like, I'm leaving at 9. I got things to do.
been here since 2017.
It's 10:55.
Holy shit.
I know.
Let's have fun. All right. Thank you, Ricky, for being Ricky.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ricky.
Mike. Thank you, Dane.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you, Chris.
us. Pete.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for having us. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Awesome sauce.
Don't forget Mixtape Saturday, this Saturday starting at 12. And as I say at every show, buddy, stay black, y'all, and good night.
Stay turned, y'all.
Stay turned, y'all.
That was fun.
Trying to tell you, motherfuckers, it's fun.
Try to tell you.
I got my nephew with me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, that was good. You had your in case this is boring out. I might not be here in past 9 o'clock.
I kind of covered it, yeah.
I knew right when you said it. I was like, the sports